Greetings, everybody. I hope that you guys are good today. Yeah, so let's have a look at Nasdaq 100. Yeah, so as you guys can see, in front of me is the weekly chart open, and in the previous video we spoke about how we have an M structure over here with a neckline being in this region over here, right? And we said, or rather I said, that this level over here where we have this particular neckline is a very strong level of resistance, and that the anticipation is that from where price is currently, we expect it to push further down, right, to at least, I think, this level over here. And that is because it is a very strong level of support. If you look closely, it's actually also the neckline of this W structure here that we spoke about in the last video as well. So this would be a very nice take profit zone. I had also spoken about the fact that we have this candlestick over here, this bearish candlestick with a small body and a long lower wick, and I had said that it is carrying a whole lot of liquidity where it ends, and that the market at one point or another needs to come back to that level to grab that liquidity, right? So I had also spoken about this candlestick at the bottom. It's also similar in that it is carrying a whole lot of liquidity at that level. So essentially, as I said in the last video, that there is scope for price to move further down, right? But currently we can see that price has been moving up very strongly. If you have a look at these three bullish candles, they're very strong bullish candles, but nonetheless, I expect price to start moving down, I think, from the next week, right? And also to add to that, we're just about at the end of earnings season, and I think we will see less volatility in the market. Yeah, so that's what I think will happen in the next week, that price will start to move further down, right? Anyway, this is the weekly chart. From here, I'm just gonna head to the daily chart. However, before I do so, I'm just gonna add a neckline for that M structure, because it is very, very much important, and it's also a very strong area of resistance. So just bear with me while I add this neckline. There we go. And also just bear in mind that necklines are not an actual line. They are an area and not an actual line, right? So let's see. So what else do we have? I'm also going to add the neckline of that W structure that I spoke about. Just bear with me. There we go, right? There goes the neckline of that W structure. I'm not going to mark these candles, these two liquidity candlesticks, because price is still very far off from this area. So for now, let's just focus on where price is, and that should it start to go down, I believe that it'll probably come to around this area right here, right? This level right here, right? We'll deal with these two candlesticks once price reaches this area over here. But for now, let's just continue. So from here, I'm just gonna head to the daily chart. So here we are on the daily chart. The first thing that I'm going to do on the daily chart is just to add my daily channel. Just bear with me. Daily channel. Let's see. Okay, equidistant channel. Let's see. Just bear with me. There we go. There we go. There goes our daily channel. Yeah, so what else do we see on this chart that we should be paying very close attention to? Let me just fix this. There we go. That should be fine. Right. So what else do we see on this chart? Remember, on the weekly chart, we spoke about how we have this level over here, and it is a very strong level of resistance, and that is because we have multiple touches where that level is, right? And also it is the neckline of that huge M structure that I spoke about, right? To add to that, we also have this channel over here. Let's see. So we had a first touch over here. We had a second and third touches over there, and then at the moment we are having another touch over here. So there is confluence in as far as the market pushing down to at least this level is concerned, right? Because as I said, guys, just to recap just a bit, we have that huge M structure, we have the neckline at this level, right? This neckline is also a very strong level of resistance. We also have multiple touches on the trend line, right? So there is confluence in as far as selling goes, right? However, we're not just going to sell just by virtue of having all these confluences. So what we need to do now is head down to the smaller time frames and look for further reasons as to why we should be selling. Myself personally, I don't just sell based on third touches or fourth touches of trend lines. I look for further reasons for why I should be selling, right? But as I said, the anticipation is that price from where it is should move further down to at least this level to test the W structure that we have here. And just remember that when it comes to W structures, what normally happens is once price has been broken to the upside of that neckline, we expect price to come back to the neckline to retest it, and this is where we would look for further buying opportunities as the anticipation is for price to move further up. So similarly, here where we have this W structure, the first take profit should we sell at this point would be this point, and at this point where we have the neckline of this W structure, we will most likely look for buying opportunities, right? However, if they don't present, we are not going to buy at this level, because also just bear in mind that at the bottom and on the bigger time frames we have some liquidity candlesticks at those levels, right? And the market, as I said, needs to grab some of those liquidity points, and then from there we might see price move up, forming a very nice big W structure in this manner. I hope you guys can see what it is that I'm drawing over here. This is what I would love to see happen. However, as I always say, the markets don't always go how we would like them to go, right? They always go to where the money is, in my humble opinion. Nonetheless, this is what I would love to see, but let's keep moving forward. So from here, what I'm going to do is head down to the H4 chart. I don't see anything else of value at this point. Yeah, so before I do so, let me just also point out that we also have another strong level of resistance at this point, and we also have a lot of stop losses that are situated at this point, at this level, and that is because we have an M structure over here, a small M structure over there, right? And we know that when it comes to M structures, a lot of traders and investors sell on that second leg of that M structure. So we had a whole lot of people selling at this level, putting their stop losses just above that structure. So as much as I'm saying that the anticipation is for price to push further down from here, what may actually happen is the market may push slightly up just to grab all of those stop losses that are just above this M structure over here. And then after grabbing all of those stop losses, then price may move further down to at least this level over here where we have this W structure, right? And at this point, as I said, this is where we would most likely look for buying opportunities. But remember, if they don't present, we're not gonna buy, because as I said, price may actually move further down, may break this level and move further down to grab all of those liquidity points that I spoke about. I hope what I just said makes sense. Anyway, from here I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart, I mean the H4 chart rather. Here we are on the H4 chart. I'm just gonna fix my trend lines, just bear with me. There we go. That should be fine. Let's see, that should be fine. That's fine, right? So here we are on the H4 chart. So on the H4 chart, do we see anything of interest or of value that we should be paying attention to or looking at? Let me just make it slightly bigger. So what do we see on this H4 chart? on the H4 chart, I'm just going to add my H4 channel as well, so just bear with me. Let's see, H4 channel. Just bear with me. This should be fine. So there goes our H4 channel. So what else do we see on this H4 chart that we should be paying attention to? Let's see. Can you guys see that on this particular chart we had a very nice W structure at this level, with the neckline being at this level. Price broke the neckline to the upside and then came down to retest that neckline, and it seems as though price will move further up to at least that level again, maybe to form a nice M structure and then maybe push down from there. That's also a possibility. That's what we may also see, and we know that a lot of people will buy on that second leg of that M structure. However, as I said earlier, right, because of that other smaller M formation that I spoke about on the daily chart, which is above this level, somewhere around here, price from where it is may move further up to trigger all of those stop losses that are above that M structure, because a lot of traders and investors sold on that second leg of that M structure. After having triggered all of these stop losses, price may then maybe form another small M formation and then push further down to this level that I spoke about, right? So we just need to make sure that we keep all of these possibilities in the back of our minds, and we react based on what the market does, right? Let's not predict, let's react, right? But anyway, let's continue. So as much as we have this W structure over here with a neckline over there, we also have another M structure over here with a neckline in more or less the same area. I hope you guys can see that. So it's a bit risky rather, in as far as buying or selling in this region, in my humble opinion, and that is because we have two opposing structures that are next to each other. We have that M structure with a neckline there, and we have W structure with a neckline in the same region. So buying or selling at this point would make it risky, in my humble opinion, and especially on the H4 chart. So myself, at this point in time, I would not buy or sell. I would wait for price to at least move further up to here, and we might get a better entry at this point, because the anticipation may be that price may form a very nice M structure, with this being that second leg of that M structure. And as I said, my first take profit would be this level over here. However, just also bear in mind that we also have another strong level of support at this point, and what may actually happen is price may bounce at this point and then push further up. However, as I said, I would love for price to move to this level, and this would be my first take profit zone at this point over here, right? But just keep in mind, as I said, that price may also bounce at this level, because it is also a very strong level of support, right? So that is it in as far as my analysis goes for Nasdaq 100. Just to conclude, right, the anticipation is for price to move down to this level, right? It may happen that price may push to this level and then push down, or it may push further up to trigger all of those stop losses that I spoke about just above that small M structure, and then only push further down. But that is my analysis. Peace out.